All right, everyone, welcome back into another PGA DFS video. Going to be touching on my 5 favorite core plays here for the Shriners Children's Open. Let's go ahead and get into it. And so typically speaking, I would make someone like Taylor Pendrith a core play. On paper, he is a core play. The issue with Taylor Pendrith is the fact that we haven't seen him during this fall swing. And if you look at really why the fall swing is so unpredictable, like week in and week out, especially compared to the middle of the season, it's because the time off that players have in between competitive events. And so typical plays that would be safe on paper, we see more random results. And on top of that, the Shriners Children's Open is an event that typically is an easy scoring event. And so what that means is the cut is typically more than 3 under par, or the winning score is more than 20 under par. And so that could lead to a lot of variance. I actually kind of see him more as a better outright bet. But if we pull him up here on the 95 cheat sheet, you guys will see what I'm seeing here. 3 straight made cuts at this event, a third, a 47th, and a 44th. All stuff that you like to see from him. Key stat wise, he's popping up really well. So a nice thing about this event is that we've seen it a bunch of times. We know what to expect. We know what to expect key stat wise. So key stats this week are going to be birdie or better percentage. Again, scoring, easy track that typically correlates heavily there. And this event has shown that. Strokes gained approach. Again, that kind of correlates pretty well with the easy scoring event. And also par 5 scoring. Those all pretty much correlate with easy scoring events, and that's what we have this week. Now, another thing that's popping up this week is going to be strokes gained off the tee. That's going to be a very crucial stat. And so in the field, he ranks out top 50 or better in all those, which we'd want to be a little bit better, sure, but also it is the fall swing where we can't be too picky. In terms of recent form, and again, I say that relatively speaking, second best in recent form. So typically would be on him more than I am going to be. Again, really been not playing as much in the fall swing just due to unpredictability, but also spreading out a lot of my plays. And so again, he would be a core play on paper. You can see Davis Thompson is looking like a core play. And if we use the 9 to 5 data tag, we have one player that's actually a core play, which should really tell us everything we need to know about this week in terms of predictability. And so that's why I want to start with that, guys. Data tag, AI, if you will, telling us that it's going to be an unpredictable week again, which we don't love. So from there, the play that I like the most after that is going to be Seamus Power. Seamus Power has made 20 out of 25 cuts thus far this PGA season, but more importantly, he has made multiple starts now during the fall swing. Okay, and he's been someone that has kind of kept up his form, played on the World Tour, played well there, and has since went T11, T11. And so he's been playing extremely well. Overall, he's going to rank out in the 5th best form in the field. He's going to rank out as the top 5 play in the 9 to 5 model as well. He's someone that has course experience at this event, playing this event twice over the past 4 years. Not exactly great results, but at the same time, good enough results. So I'm happy to get to Seamus Power there. And then from there, we're going to get into a little bit of value here with Chan Kim. Chan Kim coming in with some pretty darn good form. And the one concern that we're going to have with a play like Chan Kim is the fact that he hasn't had any starts here. That is a concern. Okay. But other than that, really nothing too concerning. The form's been pretty solid. One miscut recently. Where was that at? The 3M Open, finished 82nd. And then, prior to that, a 10th and a 29th place finish, has followed that off with some pretty good results. Not great. Again, fall swing, we want to see a little bit more, but at least we've seen him play now 3 times during the fall swing, which should lead to a little bit more predictable results from him this week. And he's a really good stat fit, so top 30 or better in all the key stats that we're looking at, including top 7 in birdie or better percentage. So that does show his upside. If you watched last week, he did get it going for a little bit last week, kind of fell off Sunday. Probably should have had a better week. Just those easy scoring events. It's easy to let a good finish slip away. That's kind of what happened last week. Again, this is going to be an easy scoring event, so we don't want that, but really across the board, he's looking like a great play. Top 12 pick in the 9 to 5 model, and at this price tag, he's something that just needs to be in a lot of builds. And then we go ahead and jump into Emiliano Grillo, who has been in some great form as well. Really just been a cut maker. I'm kind of surprised by this pricing that we're getting from him because coming in off of a good week, again, I like the fact that we have somewhat seen him recently play on the PGA Tour. Would like a little bit more, but he's been consistently making cuts and consistently playing not great, but given this event that we have, he should be able to get there in terms of made cut, and at that price, that's what we're looking at. I'm actually curious. Yeah, so these easy scoring events only ranks out 48th in the field in easy scoring events, so don't love that too much. And guys, as a whole, he's not a great play. We're really just chasing the made cuts here. 5 straight make cuts, overall been a cut maker. I'm kind of fine doing that. At the same time, I will say the safe approach has not been the correct approach thus far this fall swing. It's actually been the exact opposite. All the safe plays have missed the cut. It's been super tilted in that regard. And I could see him missing the cut. At the same time, I do love the price tag. And again, given the week that we have, it's going to be tough to not like him a lot. From there, the last kind of core play I see, and really, guys, the definition of core play this week is going to be players I'm going out of my way to roster. Not exactly core plays in the traditional sense that I have in the data is telling us that this is going to be a play that is going to make the cut, and when they make the cut, they're going to give us a top 10 finish, maybe a chance to win. It's not exactly that case this week. But looking at Rico Hoy, obviously been playing extremely well on the PGA Tour thus far. Again, he's going to be one of those players that we have at least seen play a decent amount during this fall swing, which is something I am looking at. Now, the one thing that's going to be unfortunate with him is that he's another player that hasn't played on this course over the past 4 years. Now, he's going to be a top 20 specialist, which is something that we like. Overall stat fit, he's not going to be the best, ranking out 32nd in the field, but we also are getting him at 6.9 and actually 100 to 1 on some sites. Like, that's kind of crazy. But he's on a 9 straight cut streak right now. And during that span, he's given us multiple top 10 finishes. We like to see that. Overall, ranking out top 10 in the field in recent form rank. And so at that price, he was like the first player that really stood out to me in terms of like, that was a strange pricing. I don't think we get that pricing if it's not the NFL season type thing. And so we look at it. I'm happy to play him. That leaves us with like 9.4 left over. From there, we can get into last week's disappointment of Keith Mitchell. Always going to be a good stat fit. He just had a bad second round. Seemed like he got into some trouble. I didn't exactly see what happened to him, but the desert, you hit a wayward tee shot, you could be SOL, and there goes your tournament. It seemed like that's what happened with him. But we've got a lot of good plays here to close out the build. I mean, heck, I could see Matt McCarty having another good week, honestly. He followed up his Corn Ferry Tour wins with some good events after that, and he seems locked in. I'm actually kind of okay with that. We have 9.7 left over. Could get to Kirk Kitayama. I'm kind of fine with all these plays. Like, not exactly players I need to go out of my way, but sure, whatever. To give you guys the first look build, we'll do that. But now I'll show you guys what the 9 to 5 lineup builder is telling us. And so again, just to make the data start, just give it 2 data points to go off. And so just gonna be rounding up here for Davis Thompson, Taylor Pendrith, just random. Just want to give you guys kind of a feel of what the data is telling us to do. And so looking at it, guys, Seamus Power likes, Cameron Davis likes, Harry Hall, and I'm fine with that. And actually, Jonathan Vegas is someone that I think is going to be a tremendous GPP play. JJ Spawn, I'm kind of fine with being a GPP play as well. The thing I want to call out is I'm going to be really spreading things out, like probably 20% exposure max, because again, fall swing just a little bit more random. This is an easy scoring event, a little bit more random. Certainly interesting though that I see this much more differently than the data. Now it is giving us a lot of Seamus Power, Chan Kim, Taylor Pendrith, which is good, but it's also really getting to some other players as well. Don't mind Jonathan Vegas. I think that's solid as well. But guys, that's going to be all for this video. Make sure to give a like and subscribe to the channel. If you guys want access to all the fantasy golf tools, head on over to 9to5sports.com. Get access to all the fantasy golf tools. You guys saw the cheat sheet. You guys saw the lineup builder. There's plenty more in there. You guys get access to all the betting tools, custom model, ownership leverage, all that stuff in there as well. All available for just $10 a month. So take advantage of that, guys. Make sure to give a like and subscribe as well. That's going to be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck. This is going to be a better week than last week. I can basically guarantee that. So I look forward to that. But thank you guys for watching. Good luck this week. And as always, let's keep cashing.